Hello friends, welcome back to another video in the r/entitled parents subreddit. Today I have two stories for you that are very similar, well, same but different, and they definitely share the same premise, which is these women should have never had children. They both like to live by the concept that the world is their babysitter. Entitled mom thinks we're a daycare. Well, her child is now gone. I used to work in a small chain of bookstores/stationery shops. We'd sell books, pens, paper, and so on. It was a quirky little store, straight out of a romantic love novella. Or a Stephen King book, if you prefer. This happened a few years ago, and I reconstruct it from my memory. While trying to be as accurate as possible, I can't guarantee it. The cast of this play: EM, entitled mother, LG, me, and ND, nice dad of little girl. EM walks into the store with LG. It's rather early in the morning. EM looks around, asks me if I could watch her child. Oh no, I'm terrible with children, sorry. EM tells me that it's not for that long and I shouldn't be such a fuss about it. I still politely refuse. It's not my job to watch children. I'm afraid to do something wrong. What happens? EM leaves the store. Who do I find hidden in the corner? LG, who seems to be rather shy and fearful. This happened back in a time before everyone had smartphones. The kid obviously didn't have a mobile on it. I suspected the mother also wouldn't. Wasn't too surprised that LG didn't know the number of their landline. I sigh. What are you gonna do? If something happens to that kid while being in the store and you being the only present employee, you're gonna have a bad time. Hey girl, what's your name? Her name. I'm my name and surname. LG, happy like only kids can be if they think they did something smart or they knew something. My surname is... Now this rang a bell. I had a good customer with the same surname. It turns out that it's her dad. I didn't get paid enough to babysit. In fact, I didn't even get paid enough to do my normal work. I call her dad at his workplace since we saved that number in our system. The call went along these lines. Hi, ND, it's me from bookstore XY. Oh, hi, me, how's it going? I don't remember having any open orders. Yeah, look, listen, do you have a daughter? Yes, why do you ask? What's her name? I just wanted to ensure it's really her dad and not just a stupid coincidence. If I think now about it, LG told me it's her dad, so I don't know why I wasn't sure. ND apologizes for EM's behavior and tells me he's gonna pick LG up as soon as possible. While waiting for ND, I picked up one of our sale books, boxed with damaged books that we try to sell with huge discount before throwing away, a picture book from Disney. LG tries to read a little, I read a little. ND arrives, LG runs to him and hugs him, crying that mommy was mean to her. ND soothes her and thanks me for babysitting her. He gives me a bottle of wine and buys something small from the store. If EM shows up again, could you not tell her that I picked up LG? What? Why? If you don't feel like it, you don't need to. It's rather complicated and you already did so much for us. ND leaves. In the evening, EM shows up. Just to point out, she dropped off LG at about 9 o'clock. It was now 17:45. Where's my daughter? Already chugged about half the bottle of wine and thus a little boozed. You're what? My daughter. I dropped her in this store and you were here. Me, way too drunk for work, but already decided to go for another job or homeless. Both would have been better. You're what? EM was on the edge, thus I did what I thought was the smartest thing to do. A guy came into the store and picked her up. He seemed nice. Gave me some wine for her. At this point, I expected her to explode/attack me, but she just left the store. A few weeks pass and ND and LG come to the store, both happy to see me. ND asked me if I have a few minutes. An excuse not to work? Obviously, I took the time for customer service. Gave LG the same book we read the last time and had a talk with ND. EM and ND were in the middle of a divorce when EM dropped LG at our store. One of the reasons ND wanted a divorce was that EM wasn't nice to LG. Now in my country, as a male, it's rather hard to get custody for your child, no matter what. LG wanted to be with ND, but that doesn't matter. EM dropping LG in our store was a gift of the heavens. ND took LG to his sister overnight. EM pretended that LG was sleeping at one of her friends. ND wanted to call them just to ensure that LG was fine. EM didn't want that. LG's friend didn't know where LG was. EM claimed she dropped LG at LG's friends. ND faked panic and involved the police. EM insisted that LG's friend kidnapped LG. Police asked ND and EM separately, and ND told the police what happened. EM still insisted on dropping LG at LG's friends. ND had proof of it being otherwise, since he already called the police when he dropped LG at his sister's house. Now in court, ND apparently said something like, EM can have all she want, even my wine collection. I just want to be with my daughter. EM, knowing that ND didn't have any money left and had some quite expensive wine, agreed. The daughter ended up with ND, mother paying alimony. What EM didn't know, ND was replacing his wine collection before the divorce with the cheapest wines he could find at different discounters, gifting away the expensive ones. He knew that EM either is gonna take everything from him or will break his wine collection. We both laughed. I gifted the book to LG, who seemed very happy. When EM dropped her, she was shy, seemed small, and now she had such a big smile on her face and was curious for everything. She could read much better than a few weeks ago. She seemed like a bird taking off to fly towards the sun. Aw, I'm not crying, you're crying. That was such a nice ending. The court system is so messed up when it comes to custody for fathers, but I'm so happy that in this situation, LG ended up with her lovely father. Moving on to the next entitled mother that should not have a child, EM brings along her kid to work unannounced. Background: my company sets up a booth at a carnival and we engage several part-timers to assist at the carnival. The part-timers are required to go around the carnival ground to distribute flyers, share information, and direct visitors to our booth. On the day of the carnival, after setting up, I met up with the part-timers to prepare them for the day. Out of all the part-timers, only EM was late. She mentioned she will be 15 minutes late, but it was closer to an hour. As we couldn't wait, I briefed the others and deployed them for the day. When EM arrived, she had her kid in tow, 5 to 6 years old. Due to the job nature, we can't have her lugging her kid while working. EM knew this. My husband couldn't handle kid, so I had to bring her along. I can't have you working with your kid. It's not my problem. If you don't like it, get someone to watch over him. My colleague, who was watching this unfold, offered to watch over her kid. He was only required to help out during the start and end of the carnival, so was entirely free during the event. I thought, alright, since he was free. I can watch over her, get her some food, watch some shows, play some games, but you'll need to pay me. Whatever. But I'm not paying for your time, only for kid. Sure. I was flabbergasted. C told me not to worry, he had a plan. Once EM started working, C brought EM's kid systematically through every single booth throughout the entire carnival. It was the kid's dream come true, and I believe her best day ever. Whatever she wanted to eat, C bought. She saw a lot of the shows and won many prizes. Since C had a staff pass, he didn't need to pay for the shows, only for the kid. At the end of the carnival, when we were clocking the hours worked, EM had the nerve to insist to be paid full even though she was late for almost 1 hour. She said that because of various reasons, mainly due to her kid, she would have been early. She was ranting and I didn't really pay any attention as I was tired and I don't decide on the pay, but it was about how I will never understand as I don't have kids and how she deserves it because she was a mother. My manager nearby winked at me and took over. He said he was very pleased with the day's sales and how we are very supportive of her and we should give kids the best. He told not to worry about the hours she worked and EM will be paid in full. After hearing this, not even a single thank from EM, she declared in a loud voice, "At least someone understands." She had this condescending and victorious look on her face. Thankfully, it didn't last long. The sucker punch for EM was that EM's kid spent roughly $100, and with EM's pay at $15 an hour for 8 hours, $120, she made a whopping $20 for the whole day. C made it a point to keep track of the expenses, receipts, tickets, stubs, etc., and took tons of photos. Of course, EM threw a fit, but with the amount of evidence and her daughter vouching for all the fun she had, EM had no case except to yell, "I'm not paying for this," grabbed her daughter, and stormed off. We look forward on payday when we issue her a check of $20. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Not only did the little kid have the day of a lifetime, but she also unwillingly got some revenge on her mother. There was an update for this story, and apparently the entitled mom asked for them to mail her check, the entire check, $120, and the check was cashed, and she had the audacity to call and say that the check was lost in the mail and they needed to send her a new one. So not only did she get the full amount, which she shouldn't have, but whatever, she tried to get it twice. What a horrible, horrible person, and I hate that people like that exist. But they do, so what can you do? And I will leave that there. I hope you enjoyed these 2 entitled parent stories. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!